Ah, achievement, Daniel.
You're on a path in
Two
the
achievement,
woods,
the real
and at the end of
Slay
that
the
path
Princess
is
starts
a cabin.
here. Ok.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Allora, cerchiamo delle frasi diverse rispetto a prima. Quindi, secondo il gioco inizia ora, il vero Slay the Princess. Diciamogli
Don't
questo.
mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. A warning before you go any further.
Quindi comunque ora si è effettivamente distrutto il mondo dove eravamo ed è effettivamente riniziato il primo loop. Quindi forse il loop è quello e non è il loop di quando noi moriamo. Cioè quando noi moriamo effettivamente potrebbe essere che passa del tempo e il nostro personaggio rinasce, non so come.
She will lie, she will cheat.
Certo, ok, questo lo sappiamo. Andiamo nella cabina. Ah, siccome gli abbiamo risposto a ok, grazie per
The
avermi detto
interior
cosa
of the cabin
fare.
is almost entire.
Sì,
The
le so ste
blade is
cose.
your implement.
Le so ste cose. Siccome però gli abbiamo detto ok, ho capito, grazie, ora che abbiamo fatto procedi non avevamo l'opzione di tornare indietro, io faccio enter senza il pugnale, perché voglio provare
The
una
door to
strada
the basement,
differente.
her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Voglio provare una strada differente.
Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Certo, certo.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it
Non
finally
capisce
sinks?
niente, è
Wait,
stupido
really?
lui.
You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
Non capisce niente il narratore, la devo soggiogare, no? Cioè, è troppo più forte di noi. Se dobbiamo veramente... Capito? È così che funziona, non ci capisce niente il
Come
narratore.
downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Vediamo cosa succede.
Only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come ci uccide istantaneamente. Ci avviciniamo e ci disintegra proprio.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Facciamo così.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Ma mi sembra un po' eccessivo. Mi sembra un po' eccessivo tutto ciò.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Ma cos'è So? Cristo santo, ma poi voglio dire, prima ha fatto cose incredibili, cioè pensavo riuscisse a staccare il coso da sola, non che facesse una cosa così da pazzi, ma poi cosa stiamo facendo noi? Ma perché? C'erano altri modi, secondo me, non lo so. Cioè, poi non ha nemmeno le mani così grosse, secondo me con un po' non lo so, di sapone. Cioè, ok, non c'è il sapone, però, non lo so.
You cut into her flesh.
Madonna.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Madonna.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Felicissima.
No,
Proprio.
we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
La principessa più felice del mondo proprio lei, eh? Oh, non so.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Cosa? Ma poi, cioè, non ho minimamente deciso di andare in... Cioè, io stavo pensando prima di fare la cosa buona per poi arrivare, capito, da dietro, fare tutto sneaky e poi... Via, morta. Però... Cioè, tutto sommato mi stavo affezionando, volevo salvarla. Facciamo così.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Bene. Non mi aspettavo andasse di nuovo così, però va bene. Ora respawniamo. Capitolo 2. Quanti capitoli sono? 3 o 4?
You're
Non mi
on a
ricordo.
path in the woods. You're
Certo.
here to slay her.
Certo.
A terrible sense of déjà vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Ah. Ok. Cioè, devo essere sneaky col narratore. No, con chi? Aspetta, perché ora è il narratore che mi ha detto che devo essere sneaky se voglio salvare la principessa. Con chi devo essere sneaky? Se me lo sta dicendo il narratore, prima era il narratore ad impormi il tutto.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Comunque, quanti cavolo di dialoghi si sbloccano rifacendo... Cioè, già fino ad ora... Cioè, quante volte sono riapparsi, tra virgolette, personaggi nuovi nelle voci, momenti che non ci aspettavamo. Un po' strano, cioè che ora mi spiego i 97 achievement. Cioè, c'è tantissima roba, ma tantissima.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world.
Andiamo, dai, senza che mi rompono
Oh,
ulteriormente i
warning.
coglioni.
Before you go any further.
Sì,
She
sì.
will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from... We
Yeah.
already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Non credevo che mi buttasse dei discorsi anche qui il tipo. Forse queste voci si sbloccano in base all'ending che ho fatto prima, perché questo tipo fino a un attimo fa non c'era, capito? Cioè in questa schermata non me lo aspettavo. Comunque è figa sta cosa che sono su più livelli.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Dai.
The blade is your implement.
Eh, ma se prendo qui posso andare allo
You
specchio
take the...
poi.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies. Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us. Again, there's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much... What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could
Forse
have a
glielo
feather
devo
out of
dire.
place, and now we'll never know.
Sta
We
zitto!
can't gallantly
Sta zitto
sweep
un
her off
attimo.
her feet if we have
Sta
a feather out of
zitto.
place.
Zitto, 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 sto parlando io. Ok? Ci siamo? Posso parlare io o devono parlarmi sopra ancora sti stronzi? Forse non devo avvicinarmi, ci devo prima parlargliene e poi forse succede qualcosa. Entriamo, dai.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, a soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Chiaro. Quello
You walk
sempre.
down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
No, però aspetta, non capisco sta cosa, perché io ora mi aspettavo che lei fosse di nuovo diversa, non lo so, ok che abbiamo preso un'altra via, ma perché ha di nuovo il braccio? Si rigenera? Lei che si rimetta in catene o qualcuno l'ha rimessa in catene? Però non capisco perché ogni tanto lei è fortissima e ogni tanto invece è così debole che qualcuno arriva e la lega, non lo so. O forse è più qualcosa a livello del patto narrativo che la rilega, cioè proprio a livello di, non lo so, qualcosa di metanarrativa, perché insomma è molto metanarrativa sta cosa. Cioè parla molto con il giocatore fuori e i giocatori interni, cioè i giocatori, i personaggi interni comunque cercano di interagire tra loro, anche se effettivamente non ci sono, è tutto molto strano, ma devo capire questa cosa, cioè quando si riavvolge, quando noi moriamo e rinasciamo, cioè com'è effettivamente il loop? È effettivamente un nuovo mondo, un nuovo ripartire, un cercare, cioè il narratore che cerca di raccontare una nuova storia ma arriva sempre sulla solita, più o meno cambia qualcosina e basta. Non lo so, aspetta, facciamo una cosa, che ora vedo che invece la musica è bassissima, io non lo capisco. Boh, mettiamola così, sperando che non si alza troppo. Ok. E quindi niente, vedi ora si rialza, lo sapevo. Musichetta bastarda questa. Quindi niente, devo capire questa cosa del loop perché veramente non la capisco e mi manda fuori di testa, devo capirci qualcosa.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Ok, un pochino troppo, fratello, eh? Fly
You
down.
know she can't hear you, right?
Vola basso.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Ma allora vedi, lei si ricorda di noi. Perché ha di nuovo un braccio, però?
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing, and she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on, if she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
You died, and now we're talking.
Ok, tutto normale proprio. Tutto tranquillo. Cioè, proprio così. Sì, ha senso, diciamo. Cioè, non ha senso, però mi fa ridere. Aspetta, questa la metto tipo qui perché stavo cercando un posto. Non so dove infilarmela. Diciamo che la tolgo. Perché ora non ha senso lasciarla. Ero a vedere una cosa, vabbè. Explore your killer the last time it was... Why did you do that? C'è tanta roba. Io non lo so perché, cioè, ma allora, il narratore mi ha detto che devo essere sneaky sneaky per salvare la principessa, ma sneaky sneaky con chi? Cioè, sto cercando di capire cosa è meglio dire. Se devo essere più sneaky sneaky, però non so se devo dare retta al narratore effettivamente. Però è il narratore è il solito che mi ha detto che devo essere sneaky sneaky per riuscire a salvarla, ma con chi sneaky sneaky? Non con lei. Facciamo così.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
Allora, non so se dirgli sta roba qua.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Difficile scelta questa. Fammi salvare. Vorrei provare a dire qui e vedere cosa
I
succede.
can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a misanthrope.
Lucky for you, I did destroy the world. I destroyed all of it and made it awful for everyone.
Bene.
I'd point out that she just admitted to obliterating the entire world, but I guess that wouldn't actually move you. Oh, it moves me. Whatever we do next, we should do our best to not let her out. But have you seen her angelic face? She should get a pass. She just wanted to make us happy. By destroying the world? Apparently, yes.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Io vorrei sapere come gli è ricresciuto il braccio.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Questo io l'ho già detto prima, non me lo ricordo.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride, to a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Ci proviamo.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll... You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? Yes. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and
Quindi vedi che non
slides her
serviva.
hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be
Io l'ho detto
damned.
prima.
We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. Are you sure you want to do this? Just one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade is buried in her back, and everyone out there is saved. Is that a threat? You know what we'll do if you try it. You're going to regret this.
What do we do now?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Sapevo che mi avrebbe detto questa cosa. Avevo proprio la certezza matematica.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
Ora dirà, terminare il mondo.
And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. Do you want to end the world? I just want to live. We can figure out the rest later. If you want to live... Forse è il momento... In realtà forse questo potrebbe essere il momento giusto... non lo so. Sono veramente combattuto. Vorrei premere questo e vedere cosa succede. Non posso posso salvare qua? Se vado in auto cosa succede comunque? Dopo voglio provare. Salviamo su qui. Tanto non ho voglia di avere più di un salvataggio, sennò poi mi confondo e non capisco più niente. Io so che è la mossa sbagliata a fare qui. Vorrei riuscire a salvarla veramente a sti punti. Se si può. Io credo che ci sia tra i finali, Cristo santo, no? È il narratore stesso che mi ha detto devi essere sneaky sneaky per salvare la principessa. O forse intendeva sneaky sneaky facendo finta di volerla salvare per poi ucciderla alla fine. Non so cosa intendesse effettivamente. Cioè potrebbe essere anche quello, ma...
I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
I just want to make you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you. Only
Gli
she
occhi
isn't a
sono
good
diventati
liar.
più grossi o
Are you
sbaglio?
starting to trust me now?
Cioè sono diventati più grossi o sbaglio gli occhi? Forse qui? Non so se questa è una buona frase. Però ci provo.
I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
Questa roba dietro mi ricorda la fine del mondo di prima, però.
I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
Non lo so.
I just want to make you happy.
Is it just me, or
Quante
does
volte
it
va avanti?
feel
Un
like
altro
we're alone
achievement.
right now?
And they lived happily ever
Or we're the only
after.
ones here.
And they lived happily ever after. Cos'è? Tipo, vissero per sempre, felici e contenti? Questo suono però non è molto da felici e contenti, secondo me. po' strano, no?
No, she was our perfect match.
È lo specchio di prima.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a... Why is it here? Why now?
Oh cazzo.
You're right. She's gone. I can't believe she was taken away from us.
Eh,
It is.
le provo tutte prima
Does
di arrivare
that mean
all'ultimo.
the world ended? A villain. Something dreadful about it. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and breathe for a while? That can't hurt, right?
È altissimo il volume della musica per ora, eh? Aspetta. Un pochino troppo insistente.
I'm
Andiamo.
begging you, don't do this.
Ma può essere così alto, Cristo santo? Ma quanto cazzo lo devo abbassare? Oh, abbiamo dei problemi, ma guarda quanto lo mette, guarda quanto rimane alta la musica. Non ha senso, non ha senso. Ma Cristo santo, ma poi non è... Cioè, se faccio così si abbassa anche... The Body. Achievement. Dove cazzo siamo? C'è tipo un mondo al rovescio rispetto al nostro, però tutto strano. Fatto di capelli e mani.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Io rimetto on the space of zero deusa. Conosci il narratore? Secondo me si incazza. Io questo ti voglio chiedere.
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Immaginavo. Niente, passa una moto.
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Però vedi che ora è troppo bassa la voce. Cristo santo.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Allora.
Vague recollections, empty tunnels without a mouth. I am sorry if I frightened you.
Io
I
chiedo
am
tutto.
solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Chiediamogliele tutto.
I think that you are like me.
Ok.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. How can the world have ended if we are talking? I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Questa
You
secondo
are
me è
the only
pericolosa.
thing I have ever known.
Ok, siamo noi l'unica cosa che deve
The
conoscere.
space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Secondo me è proprio il narratore lo specchio nero, è per questo che lui non lo vedeva come noi non vediamo noi stessi.
I know only that they are.
Are you what sent me to slay prince? Are you what's happening?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
È vero, non c'è intrappolato qui, siamo noi che siamo entrati.
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Devono mettere un deessere come effetto sulla voce, ma anche sulle altre, perché ci sono tantissime S che fischiano tantissimo. Lo dico io che ho le S che fischiano. Quanta roba. Io gli chiedo tutto.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. Everything, until we meet again. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite.
Oh,
The rest will find their own way home.
capito.
Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Mm.
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. If you need time, then I'll wait with you. You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Perché? Perché si è chiuso il gioco così? Da solo? Non ha crashato. Cioè, era una roba fatta apposta, dai. Ah, che figata! Che figata! Aspetta, però non si sente perché si è riaperto il gioco, quindi non prende la fonte audio. Aspetta, non so perché. Va cambiata e rimessa a volte. È stupidissima come cosa.
You won't.